Hello, beautiful souls and divine beings. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kaya. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. As you can see by the title of this video, today I'm going to be talking about trust and trusting yourself and believing in yourself and having faith in who you are and what you really bring to the table. Because I think a lot of times moving through life, especially in my own experience, you face a lot of situations that make you question whether or not you've done something wrong, or if there's something you could have done differently. And you start to always, if things don't work out exactly in the way that you expect them to, you kind of turn on yourself and you're like, well, what did I do wrong? What's wrong with me? What can I fix? And it's like, nothing, girl, nothing is wrong. Okay. And so that's what I kind of wanted to talk about today. I wanted this to be like a super chill video. We're just vibing. I've got the candle going. The vibe is set. I've cleansed the room, of course. I've got some stones with me. Today, I'm not really feeling like doing an outline. Today's giving like whatever. We're just going with flow, all right? We're in flow today. Or tonight, I guess. The current lesson that I'm learning in life, I think sometimes it's hard to really understand the lessons you're learning in whatever period of life that you're in until you're forced to kind of sit down and be still. And then you're like, wait, okay. Either I'm repeating a cycle or I'm learning and I'm growing. And I think that I'm in a period of learning and growth right now. And I think that even if you are in a period of stagnancy, there's nothing wrong with that. It just requires stillness and honestly putting yourself in a state of stagnancy. Like, I guess not putting yourself in stagnancy, but maybe accepting that life is still and looking for whatever it is that you're meant to be learning. But for me right now, I'm in a period of movement and I'm in a period of growth. And we're gonna wait till this truck goes by because I don't know if the microphone is picking it up or not, but we're just gonna wait. Anyways, but right now I'm really learning how to trust myself and how to trust myself as a guide for myself. Like, I'm almost, I guess you could really say that I'm learning to let my higher self lead me and having faith that I'm being led in a direction that is good for me and that I'm making the right decisions. There's been a current situation in my life where things didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them to. It wasn't a necessary like big loss or an a grief of any sort, but things should just didn't go as they looks like they were gonna go. And I found myself initially wanting to ask, like, well, what did I do? What did I do to cause this? What did I do to make this happen? And the answer is nothing. Nothing at all. I think sometimes when you this is another problem with setting expectations. It's not only that, like, setting an expectation is trying to control the outcome, and we have no control over outcomes. It also sets the precedent that if the expectation doesn't happen, then you did something wrong, or that there is something just wrong with you. And that's not the case. Okay, it's not the case. And so for me, I've kind of put myself, it was required of me. I did a reading for myself and I was told that what was needed was a hermit mode. And so I've kind of accepted that I need a hermit mode. I'm no longer, I think one thing that I've also noticed that has shifted in me is that I'm no longer resisting the path that I'm being called down. If I feel called to isolate for a day or two, or if I feel called to not engage with certain people, I do those things to give my body, to give my mind and my soul the energy to do what it needs to do. Because sometimes you can't see what is going to come of a period of like isolation, and you can't see what's going to come from whatever it is that you're being called to do, but you just need to do it. Just have faith that your higher self and that God or the universe is guiding you, because that's what I'm doing right now. And I think that it's really beneficial to me, especially in removing this mindset that when something goes wrong that it's my fault. And I've worked for such a long time trying to build my self-worth, build my self-esteem, and to garner self-love for me. I was gonna say garner self-love for myself. Like, of course, what else is self-love? um, and I think that this mindset of blaming myself when something doesn't go according to plan stems from me having that such an extreme low amount of self-worth in the past. Because why else would I blame myself if something goes unexpectedly? Like, here, I'll kind of highlight the situation that has happened. Obviously, it still could change, but even in the uncertainty, I see the mindset showing up. So, like, I could record this video, post this video, and then the whole situation switches and everything is fine. And that is kind of the lesson. Like, you don't know. As of right now, I don't know if things will be fine. I don't know if things are going to go as expected, or I don't know if things are going to continue how they are right now. I have a feeling which direction it's going to go, but I think in assuming, you cause yourself more pain. I feel like the uncertainty of what's going to happen, the uncertainty of like, I expected this and now this completely other thing is happening. It's highlighted an area of myself that I still blame myself for things, or I still think that there's something wrong, or that I have to change the way that I approach things, or change the way that I see or move in the world. That's not true. When you find yourself in situations that are completely out of your control and you act in a way where you do the best that you can with what you have and you have genuine good intentions, and if something goes awry, what's the word, array, array, y'all know what word I'm trying to think of. If something goes wrong, essentially, uh you start to blame yourself. It's like you don't need to blame yourself. You've done the best that you could. It has nothing to do with you at all. And so through this little situation, I really reflected a part of myself that's like, hey, I still think there's something wrong with me. Hey, there's still some lingering beliefs that are blaming, it's just not true. And that kind of highlights what I'm learning right now, this exact situation. And it's quite beautiful, my perception of it now. Because I feel like in the past I would have spiraled into overthinking and clinging and trying to control, and it would just been horrible. And so I'm really trying to surrender to the uncertainty of the situation. And instead of focusing on the uncertainty and the lack of control that I'm perceiving myself to have, or that I truly just don't have, or I don't have any control over it, I'm focusing on what the feelings are reflecting to me about myself. And to me, what it's reflecting is that I need more trust in who I am, trust in what I stand for, and trust that I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm headed in the direction that I'm meant to go in. What's out of my control is out of my control. What's in my control, I can work on. And the most important thing to me is feeling safe and knowing that I'm guided by my highest self and I'm doing what makes me feel good, and not questioning how people react to what I do that makes me feel good. So this can apply to other areas of life, like setting boundaries with people or choosing a life path that's more meant for you. Sometimes you have to do things that are best for your highest self, best for your soul purpose down here on earth, and it might upset some other people. They might not understand what you're doing, and that is okay. That's perfectly fine. I'm still going to continue to trust myself. So I think that's what I'm learning right now. And it's quite beautiful. It's really quite beautiful. Oh, and I'm drinking coffee. I'm not even gonna tell you what time it is right now, but I am drinking coffee, and it's at, let's just say it's nighttime. There's no reason I should be drinking coffee, but here we are. And I've been like a big coffee person. I just like felt motivated randomly today. I've kind of given, so like I said, I was really feeling called to have a hermit period. And so today I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything but what I want to do. And I know that's a privilege within itself, and I'm very grateful to have that. But today I took a day to myself and I ran errands that I wanted to run, and I came home and I relaxed and I kind of forced myself into isolation for a day. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I did that so that I could sit with this feeling of anxiety that was starting to brew within me, but did not nearly manifest as much as it would have in the past. Or past me would still cling, and past me really believe that there was something wrong with me. My advice to anybody watching and to myself is that if you are ever in a situation where you do the best that you can with what you have, you go in with pure intentions, and things don't work out exactly how you pictured them to work out, the first thought in your mind should never be to question who you are or what you're doing. The first thought in your mind should be to address the feelings that you feel, allow them to pass, and then once those feelings have kind of, you've observed them, you've kind of let them come and go, then decide what you're going to do about the situation. Okay, that is what the goal should be. The goal is, don't beat yourself up because you think that things didn't work out how they were supposed to. Don't count yourself out or doubt what you're capable of because things didn't work out how they're supposed to. It's kind of like, I feel like things are always going to work out how they're meant to work out. There's really no mistakes. There's always just a lesson, and you get to move forward and, do something different in the future. But that's what I'm learning right now. And it's really comforting, guys. Like, it's honestly really shockingly comforting for me to pick the path that I'm picking instead of choosing to beat myself up. I know what I'm worthy of. I know what I want to do and where I want to go, and I know that it's going to work out for me. It might not work out for me in the way that I thought it would, but it's going to work out. And the faith in that makes me feel so good. It makes me feel so much better than sitting around questioning what's wrong with me. Because I'll sit around, I'm not saying that this has happened, but like you sit around for hours, days, weeks, months questioning what could I have done? What could I have changed? How could I have done better? You couldn't have. You did the best you could with the knowledge that you have, and that is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with you. Stop overthinking. I'm saying this to the viewers, but I'm saying this to myself too. Like, this is such a lesson right now. It's really, it feels good when you don't blame yourself for outside circumstances. Of course, taking accountability when you do mess up, because everybody does mess up, okay? And that's perfectly fine. And taking accountability for when your actions aren't in alignment with maybe your highest good or other people's highest good. That's okay, you know? Forgive yourself. But when you're in situations where you have no control and what has happened is completely outside of you, just sit back and know that what's meant for you is going to come. Just give yourself a little period to like chill. Just chill, you know? Like, just relax. Everything's going to be fine. And that is what I'm reminding myself now. That's what I'm learning. And I'm finding peace in being with myself. And this doesn't mean I'm going to be like in an isolation period forever. There's just more of a stillness around me when I choose the mindset that I'm choosing now versus trying to nitpick and find something that's wrong. You're going to never find something that's wrong. Of course, we have things to heal, but again, when something's outside of you, and it just goes differently than what you thought it was gonna, like, it goes in a different direction than what you thought it was gonna go in. Sitting with yourself and be like, you're okay, like everything's fine. You're doing what you need to be doing. Just keep doing it and sit back and relax and understand that if you keep taking action, like, things are gonna work out for you. Doing that instead of being like, oh my god, I have to find exactly what I did wrong. I have to beat myself up for it. Like, I can't find peace until I figure out what I did wrong and how I can fix this wrong, as if you have any kind of control over the past. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And that's why I'm choosing this different mindset, and we'll see what comes of it. We'll see what the outcome is, but let's just say that I feel more at peace. Sometimes things don't go as we expect them to, and that doesn't mean that they're not going to work out. Okay? So I think I'm gonna leave this video off. Like, I'm gonna leave this video off right here. I'm not gonna lie, I love you sit down and kind of just talk and flow. Like, I feel like sometimes you just gotta channel things out. No need for the cards. We love the cards, but sometimes you don't always need them. So yeah, you did make it to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully my message is kind of like me talking to myself, but also talking to y'all. I hope that anything in this video could resonate and bring clarity and love to whoever you are and wherever you are in your path. I do have a website which will be linked down below if you are interested in tarot readings or oracle readings. Just check me out. Again, thank you so much for watching. Sending love and light, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.